Hello, welcome to my channel Currency Information. I hope you all are well. Let's start the video for Iraqi dinar. The long-running dinar scam began shortly after the 2003 US invasion of Iraq, when the country's currency, already having lost most of its value due to sanctions, dropped to the point where millions of dinars could be bought for a few $100s. Currency speculators began baselessly betting on the idea that the dinar would revalue to be worth as much or more than the dollar once Iraq had a stable government and flowing oil exports, making those who held millions of dinars actual millionaires. Within a few years, an ecosystem of gurus who shared intel on when the revalue, also known as the RV, might take place worked alongside brokers who sold dinars at outrageously high markups. Using this system, they were able to skirt banking laws that regulate who can give financial advice and ones that regulate investments by selling dinars as collectibles. Together, they managed to convince Americans to spend tens of thousands of dollars in the hope that the dinar revalue would make them rich. It never did. Eventually, the guru's promises that the revalue was coming soon became unbelievable to the point of absurdity. Many of the major dinar brokers were indicted for fraud, and many aspects of the scam, most notably the idea of a guru having inside information on a great event that was always about to happen, were rolled into newer conspiracy movements such as QAnon. But the dinar scam has quietly continued, moving away from currency broker websites ostensibly marketing the money as a collectible to craft stores like Etsy and auction sites like eBay that actually do sell collectibles. They also listen to voice chats and read dinar updates on Telegram and on blogs from a host of dinar gurus who have six-figure followings. Dennis told the Daily Dot that his uncle was in the U.S. Army Reserves, was deployed to Iraq, and got sucked into the dinar thing by a guy he met while in Iraq. He got my dad and others in my family to buy into the scam. And my dad now has about $5,000 worth of dinar in a safe at my parents' house. According to Dennis, his father still gets intel updates, and is hanging on to his stash waiting for it to revalue, well over a decade after his uncle first bought it. Selling them now would not only mean taking a loss, it would preclude making a big score if the RV ever does actually hit. And for those who think it still is coming, both eBay and Etsy have emerged as some of the easiest and most durable places to buy dinars and other nearly valueless currency, a process that's just as simple as buying a craft item or bidding on a piece of electronics. And while many of the past dinar broker sites required large purchases on Etsy and eBay, it's easy to dip even the smallest toe in the waters of the dinar speculation. A search on Etsy for Iraqi dinars brings up more than 1,600 entries, with the top row ads bought through the site for premium placement. The current bestseller is an entry for 250,000 Iraqi dinar. 10 by 25,000, uncirculated, Iraq banknotes, selling for $375, despite 250,000 dinars only being worth about $191 at current exchange rates. Another hot listing offers 500,000 dinars for $700. A massive markup from their current value of $382. Those who just want to ease into the conspiracy can do so too on Etsy, where you can buy one 5,000 dinar note for $8.45, even though it's worth less than half of that. Etsy offers free shipping, next-day delivery, guarantees of authenticity, and even allows for returns and exchanges. But because selling dinars as an investment without being licensed is illegal, none mention the revalue or offer any sort of economic advice. They are all marketed as collectibles, just one that has no scarcity and is hugely marked up for no apparent reason. Similarly, eBay, which has been selling dinars as collectibles for the past 20 years, has thousands of listings for Iraqi dinars. They range as high as 1 million dinars for just under $1,000 to individual 1,000 dinar notes for less than $2.50, despite being worth about 78 cents. Like Etsy, all of them are massively marked up and selling for far more than they're actually worth.